crash here with our system. But we are back up and running, and I'm going to take you right back into the bathhouse and commodes, where we pretty much left off last time. So where I'm going to go now is, this is a little area that you can come into from either side of this building, and you can see we have billiards. And this is just a nice little bar and store that you can go into. And up here we have a little office area. Again, the military lady will actually come and patrol this. So, you know, we don't have to worry about anything getting out of hand. And you can just come in here and play pool, have a drink. But if you're up for something a little more than a drink, let me take you to floor 2, where our restaurant begins. And inside here, ooh, employees only, you guys can't go in here. Well, inside here we have a drink machine and some different types of serving utensils. And if you go out this way, we have a nice little buffet. And this is where you you sign in and get seated, and there's your buffet. And in here it's just a nice little family restaurant that has a panoramic view of the island and the ocean, and it's just lovely. And at night it really is truly, honestly, just really lovely. And I think perhaps we'll come back up here in maybe the last video and see that, so that we can see it in the dark, which is, I mean, really just gorgeous. It's just amazingly gorgeous. So I'm going to take us up to the 3rd floor, and on the 3rd floor you come in and here's the bar, and that's where you come in and you get seated. And here is the full kitchen. Now the full kitchen it works for both upstairs and downstairs. So meals are prepared up here. All orders come through here, except for drink orders, obviously, which are done down here. And then the food is brought down here and sat for any orders that come back from the kitchen. Now we do have the buffet downstairs, so a lot of times the orders don't come through this kitchen. But this kitchen is for this dining room. And this dining room, I'm telling you, is breathtaking at night. These little glow things are the only real lights in here, and with that glowing and the stars, you can see everything, and it's beautiful, especially on a clear day, because at night you can see clear over there and you can see Diamond City in the distance, which is just amazing. And being able to see all the work that has really gone into this build from the windows, you can just see all the different buildings he's built, and I think that this is really spectacular. This is my favorite part of this whole build. It is just gorgeous and amazing. Alright, so now we've seen one of my favorite parts of this place. I'm going to take us back down to the 1st floor, where we're going to get out and come around this way. Now going this way, we have this little courtyard here where eventually there will be plants growing, but at the moment it's just a little area, and you can walk into it from down here. Now I'm going to take you down, and we're going to go, and this way you can go into where I'm about to take you, but I would prefer to go into the front entrance. So going down around the building, we're going to go in through the front entrance of the hospital. And the hospital is a great building. Really nice setup here. And we have a waiting room, and obviously someone who can help you. And if you go in through here, there's an elevator which you can take up to the different floors of the elevator. Different floors of the hospital, sorry. Alright, so here we go, going up to floor number 2. when you get off the elevator, you can see that there is a nursery that you can go into. And this is for newborns and sick children that happen to be in the hospital. You can come in here. There's a little area that families can come and sit, and mothers can breastfeed over here. And it's a really nice little area set up for the kids that is, very nice. And if you come out here, this is more for general patients, and this is not really the ward for long-term stay. This is where, you're in for a night or two. And there's a nice little bathroom there. And you can see each of the rooms is pretty much the same. A little trunk for your stuff and just a basic bed. And if you come out here, you got administration and billing, and then you have the nurse's station. And from here, that's where you go back up and you can go to the restaurant. And that's definitely for, people who are staying here with their loved ones. Now getting back on the elevator, we're going to go up to floor 3. And on the 3rd floor, when you get off, you can go that way, but I'm going to take you in there in a minute. Now I'm going to come out to the patient rooms. And this is definitely the ward for more of a long-term stay or for intensive care. You have a really comfy chair and a nice bed and a lamp, and this way you're more comfortable staying for a longer term. It's like a hotel room almost, but just tiny. And in the restroom, it's obviously nicer. It's used by the patients on this floor, and it's a little bit nicer because, like I said, you're going to be staying here for a little while. And most of the rooms are pretty much the same, so I won't open all the doors. Oh, we're having a radiation storm. Isn't that lovely? Then here's the nurse's station again. And if you go through here, we have our surgery. And this is our surgery chair and where you'd place different things. And this is where you would do research at after everything is done. And this is the place where you would wash up for surgery. That's pretty much it for our hospital. So we're gonna go back downstairs. Ooh, there we go. Rats. Alright. Here we go. Out into, and probably, this is really the perfect weather for the for what I'm gonna show you next. So, I'm actually really glad that a radiation storm did start. So, if you come up here, we have a nice spooky little house. We have, skull heads on our skulls on the poles, hanging glowies. Up there you can see a flag that maybe has some kind of occult symbol on it. Ooh, that's creepy, right? And in here you'll notice there is absolutely no electricity. And here is our witch. She lives in the creepy old house, and she's a witch. And if you can walk around, you can see a lot of different old-fashioned decor and paintings. And she actually is our barber. Isn't that lovely? That's really the only way we could get her to stay in the house, but I think she likes it. She can torture the town folk. This is her fireplace, which my husband built that, and if you can see, you can actually see all the way up to the ceiling, through the ceiling with that. Now I'm going to take you upstairs, and this is her wraparound porch, which goes all the way around her house. And right here, this is her bedroom. It's just a basic bedroom. Nice little hamper for her clothes. But if you go under the stairs, there's a hidden room, and you come downstairs into the basement. Look at these creepy hanging lights, and the fireplace down here, and she's doing scary witch experiments
dangerous
on these two.
Hope you
She wants to be a ghoul, but and have the immortality of a ghoul, but she wants to look like a human. So she's doing some experiments on these guys to try to fix herself. And there's her Athame and her workstation. And that's one of my, I'm a Halloween fanatic, so that's one of my other favorite parts of this. You know, just to have a resident witch on the island is really awesome for me. So we're gonna go down here. This is her own private little dock. I'm not doing all of it. It's alright. So, that was my mother-in-law. She came in to let us know she was going to leave right now. And here we go. So, this is her own private dock, and we're going to go up and leave this area, because there's still a lot more to see. I can't decide which way I'm going to go, but I think I'm going to head this way first. Let you guys see this side of the island, then I'll head back out to the other side of the island. Now, coming along this way, we have docks going all the way along. And we have different types of little fish houses around through here. Now here, this is a pretty cool little feat of engineering that my husband has made up. I didn't mean to drop down in there. I'm probably going to have to fast travel to get back out. But this is actually a live well where you can keep fish. Maybe I can get back on the... Yeah. Oh, almost. Okay, I'm gonna go back down and back around, because right here is a little area where you can fish off this little tiny dock in the water. And then up here, you can go back onto the dock. And I'm glad he made that, because if not, I would have been stuck. So here we go. Going back around to where the little fish house I was telling you about. This is where you can, you know, dry leather or cure your fish if you want to do that. And in here, it's a little office. It's basically like what you would think a game warden would be, but for fishing.
Got work to do.
You know, this is the apocalypse, or well, I guess the aftermath of the apocalypse. You can't be fishing up all the fish. In here, this is where you clean your fish. There's some baskets of fish sitting around. And get it ready for the curing hut, which is on the other side. And around through here, this is where you can set off from a smaller boat. And you can see you've got some fish hanging up. And going back out of here. I'll just take you to the last little dock on this side right there. And that heads back up into the military type area that I was telling you about before. And if we come down here, we have some little areas where people live on the island. This is where our basic workers are going to live and such. And everyone has their own little grill. So nobody has to go to the restaurant. That's just a treat. It's more for the tourist anyway. And we have some lovely little houses here on this next level. These are a little bit fancier. Have a toilet actually inside of the house, which is really nice and definitely a luxury. And this is the nicest house of all. And if you go inside, you have a nice kitchenette with a booth for eating. And a great living room with a TV and radio. And that's really one of our nicer houses on the island. So if we go over here, this is another of our nicer houses. Now this one doesn't have its own toilet or kitchen, or it has a toilet? No. What was that? And if you go out here, you can see it's really close to the restaurant. Now I'm gonna head back over to the other side of the island, and when we next meet up, I'm going to be starting you on that side. I'll start right by where we join the hospital and the restaurant, and we'll go from there. And I'll see you in a few minutes.